Alright, hello everyone. This is Kingdom again, bringing you another game from Alienware Arena's Dota 2 tournament. This is Turn of Fate again. PN from Turn of Fate being very cool and giving me a bunch of replays. This is awesome. I like replays. Thank you very much to him. And Turn of Fate is against I Love Tofu here. Both of these teams again, top 10 teams at the time of this match. I Love Tofu was 4-1. Turn of Fate was 3-0 when this match was played. That's no longer the case. You can check out the standings at Alienware Arena's website, alienwarearena.com. So this game so far, we see some very interesting bans coming from I Love Tofu. Chen and Pudge, both of them I think are respect bans. Ooh, a Death Prophet pickup here. Talk about that in just a second when I get there. Invoker again banned out by Turn of Fate. They really don't like that here. They banned him out twice now. And they also pick up the Keeper of the Light, which I think is an awesome hero. He's seeing a good amount of play in recent Dota 2 high-level play, and I really like that because he's such a strong hero. Illuminate is the best non-ultimate nuke in the game. It's an area of it's an AoE, huge AoE Finger of Death is what it is. 500 damage is massive, and if he gets the levels, he can cast that very early on and do a ton of damage in teamfights. So very cool stuff. We also see Juggernaut and Death Prophet. I'm really liking these picks so far. On the Dire squad here, I Love Tofu. Death Prophet this is some very good early game aggression with some strong pushing power. Jakiro and Undying both are absolutely amazing aggressive tri-lane heroes. Shadow Demon adds to that with his massive range disruption. Disruption, of course, just sets up an ice path beautifully, allows Undying to get into range for a decay, for a tombstone. It's going to be a scary tri-lane. Death Prophet, of course, is a very strong tanky hero as well as a good pusher with her ultimate, and throws down a lot of nuke damage with her Crypt Swarm, especially with the Witchcraft cooldown decrease and mana cost decrease. So, very strong heroes, both of them. And then on the other side, Juggernaut, Keeper of the Light, Tidehunter, Batrider. So, extremely ganking heavy and some strong anti-push as well. Tidehunter, Ravage, of course, strong anti-push team fight spell, as well as Keeper of the Light's Illuminate, just knocking down creep waves and doing massive damage. He's almost impossible to push against. And of course, he's also got with his ultimate, he gets Recall, which allows him to bring any hero anywhere on the map. So if he's positioning himself aggressively, he can just bring in a Juggernaut, he can bring in a Batrider, and all of a sudden there's a gank when there wasn't a hero there at all to begin with. Dragon Knight's the next pickup here from I Love Tofu, and that just adds to the tankiness and early mid-game pushing capabilities of their team. Of course, the Dragon Knight ultimate form at level 1 does extra poison damage to towers, as well as, just being a freaking beast. Gigantic dragon, scaries. Yeah, anyway. So he will be very strong, hard to deal with, and very tanky. So even with the strong ganking lineup that these guys already have, it's going to be hard to bring down a Dragon Knight and a Death Prophet. And Dragon Knight is one of the hardest late game carries with his Dragon form, level 3 splash damage and Frost. It's just so much damage, so much slow, and he's so hard to bring down. He's so freaking tanky. Seriously, he's freaking buff as heck. Hard to bring down with magic damage because he's got massive HP and HP regen. He's hard to bring down with physical damage because he's got massive armor. Just such a strong hero. If he gets some attack speed and some crits and some lifesteal, he will be incredibly difficult to bring down. But, you've got the damage coming from the Radiant side for the most part. Keeper of the Light obviously does a ton of damage. Tidehunter Ravage really sets things up, and it could make it so that Dragon Knight could be brought down. Juggernaut, of course, crits, and ultimate is a lot of burst damage as well as some very strong team fight damage, so we'll have to see what their last pick is. I really think that Turn of Fate needs another DPS hero. I would not mind a Clinks. I think Clinks could do very well here. He's got some tanky Tidehunter in front of him. A Bounty Hunter, again, is another possible pickup. Just someone who can do a lot of physical DPS burst, because you know the Dragon Knight's going to build Enchantress. Okay, so they're going with a Jungler instead, and obviously Enchantress is capable of dropping a lot of DPS coming out of her ultimate, especially if she's able to stay a little bit away from the team fight. She is pretty easy to pick off, but again, she also has a lot of early game effectiveness, so we're probably going to see Tidehunter in the off lane. Turn of Fate does like to run that. KK1 going to be playing that Tidehunter, and Enchantress, Coddle, Juggernaut, I assume on a safe lane, tri-lane, to go against Undying, Shadow Demon, and Jakiro tri-lane, I want to say. Or maybe You can also solo your Shadow Demon, get him a bunch of levels. He's very effective if he gets levels. Demonic Purge, very effective early game. At any rate, let's go ahead and introduce these players. We've got Hungry on, I don't know, on this Death Prophet. Selena Gomez, you like Disney Channel people, that's really funny. On this Turge. Angels on the Jakiro. Busty on the Shadow Demon. And Hurricane Killer on the Dragon Knight. He's got some tricked out Dragon Knight stuff right there. On your Radiant side, Turn of Fate, got Giggles McGuffin farming up this Juggernaut. Ayuamiya on the Keeper of the Light. We've got PN Solomid on the Batrider. We will see Devdis, the jungle player, on this Enchantress, going enchant level 1. Ooh, those are new enchant icons. I like that. And finally, we've got KK1 going long lane on this Tide Hunter. He's already got some wards up, so that he can hopefully ward off the enemy pull camp. He's going to go ahead and head up there. Looks like we will... I don't think he even needs to ward off the pull camp. He's got... Because the tri-lane is going to be aggressive... The Dire tri-lane will be an aggressive tri-lane with this Dirge coming in, level 1 Decay, extremely strong tri-lane spell. Busty with the Shadow Demon, and it looks like Jakiro, so it will be that Jakiro, Dirge, Shadow Demon tri-lane, which is a scary tri-lane. You get a Soul Catcher on top of Decay, on top of Ice Path. Holy crap, that's so much burst damage, so much killing ability, and such a long-range initiation coming from Disruption into an Ice Path. That's going to be absolutely scary. Now, granted, this tri-lane from the Radiant semi-tri-lane, they will get more experience because Enchantress will be in the jungle, and also they have this Keeper of the Light spamming Illuminate, as well as giving mana to the Juggernaut for his Blade Fury. While Juggernaut is magic immune, he will be able to do a lot against the Tombstone. We do see here Dragon Knight coming into the bottom lane. He will be solo mid against the Batrider eventually. They will block Magic Bush Ward, so this will block off this camp, this camp, this camp. That's going to seriously slow down Enchantress's jungle, and it will also make it difficult for her to come and gank, because this ward gives a lot of vision into here. You can see actually that it gives a ton of vision. Doesn't give much vision down here, so if Enchantress wraps around that way. And it looks like Dragon Knight with his double damager is just going to leave the mid lane and come bottom to help gank. No, he's not. He's going to go back to the mid lane now. No, he's going to hang around. They might be trying to get Enchantress right off the bat once she comes around. They might be able to. In this meantime, Juggernaut's going to get the opportunity to get a little bit of farm on the bottom lane and get maybe a level or two. No, looks like Dragon Knight will head back to the mid lane. Illuminate gets channeled here. It's going to go ahead and hit everyone. Shadow Demon already at half health. Immediately picks up a Tango. Looks like there might be an early engagement here. No, there won't be. Looks like people are going to back off. Here's another Illuminate. Goes ahead and immediately uses two. That one does not hit any heroes, and it's going to push the lane out. This could be a problem. If that had hit, that would have been awesome, but unfortunately misses the lane, and now it's going to force the creep wave close to the Dire Tower, where Disruption, Ice Path can hit, and then all of a sudden there's Dirge with the Decay. Very strong level 1 engagement. In the mid lane, it looks like Batrider's already gotten a bit of a lead against this Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight 0-0. Batrider already up to 6-4, getting some awesome last hits here. He's going to have the time of his life in this mid lane. Melee heroes against Batrider have such a difficult time. Even though Dragon Knight's very tanky, he will not be able to get close for last hits, and as a result, his early game farm is going to be very low. Top lane not much is going to happen. Death Prophet will probably get some farm, but Tidehunter will be able to get some levels. Nothing too exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this bottom lane where all the action is going to happen. Looks like Enchantress is going to come around. She will get spotted out by both of these Dire wards, but it looks like at the same time Dire wants to be aggressive, so even though she's coming in, the Dire have not backed off. Here comes an Illuminate getting channeled. It looks like it might hit... No, it will not hit anyone, actually. What do you know? Enchantress backs off, tries to go into the jungle, and this camp did not get blocked off, so she will be able to go ahead and take this camp. She's low on mana. She'll have to go ahead and Clarity up. She should go ahead and do... Yep, go ahead and Clarity up now. Here comes Shadow Demon coming around. He might be able to get off the Disruption. No, he's not. He's just going to kind of stay over here and make his presence felt. The Radiant, of course, are playing blind. They do not have any wards in this area or over here. All of their wards are top, protecting the Tidehunter, who I really don't think needs them. I think that is a mistake on Turn of Fate's part. There's a Decay to kind of... No, just using it for harass. No big deal. Nothing bad. Goes ahead and launches an Illuminate off. It won't do a lot of damage. It will go ahead and hit the Shadow Demon. Here comes Enchantress in from the back, coming in on a backstab. Not a good idea. With those skeletons, she doesn't have any form of disable, and all they're going to do is make some new zombies. I mean, come on. There's a Disruption on the
Juggernaut. None of his teammates are in the area. He will probably go down. No, the Blade Fury, he may be able to get out. He's doing some damage to the Dirge, but that Blade Fury is going to run out, and he's going to take some more damage. No, here's a huge Illuminate getting channeled. I think, yeah, if there's a Salve, he will be able to go ahead and heal up, and he'll be just fine. Coddle might be in some trouble now. He'll get chased back. No. Coddle, in fact, dewarded, brought some sentries, brought down that ward. That's going to really help him out. He's going to go ahead and Clarity up to get some more mana for Illuminate, Harass. And Juggernaut's right back in, so he definitely played that very well, got out of that very difficult situation, and his farm's continuing unabated. Going to take a look at last hits now. We will see that the Batrider is, in fact, having the time of his life in this mid game. Just click on the map there, no problem. He's already at 8-3. That's Juggernaut. Crap. He's already at like 20 creep kills. Not a problem. And completely outlaning the Dragon Knight. He's level 5. This Dragon Knight is level 4. And has only gotten 2 last hits. So Dragon Knight is not getting any farm. I think he should actually, they should have switched this. Dragon Knight should have been top against the solo Tidehunter. And Death Prophet would have had a much better time in the mid lane. Now granted, actually, Death Prophet's in a little bit of trouble. She'll be able to back off. Tidehunter doing a ton of harass. He does not have his mana boots yet. He's farming them as quickly as he can. Death Prophet is getting the better farm up here with her. I think she's got some superior base damage. Yeah, she does do a little bit more damage in this early game. See, Dragon Knight, oh, humongous dive from Dirge here, chasing the Coddle way back, but he's going to have to back off. Enchantress isn't in position, but he just dove too far, and now Keeper of the Light's able to come back in. He's out of regen, though. No, we've got an early health ward. Very, very good choice. He's got the mana to support it because of Chakra coming from the Coddle, and it's going to keep both of these guys alive and well against this tri-lane. These guys are actually going to run out of regen first. Most of them still have some, but Jakiro's out. Shadow Demon's out, so both of those might go down as an Enchantress comes around the side. She's got a Centaur. Stomp will miss. Brilliant self-disrupt. That's going to dodge most of the damage from the Battle Fury too, but now he's low. He's running. Can he make it away? Oh, huge, huge body block from this Dirge. Brilliant play. In the meantime, Tidehunter ganks mid, gets a kill, and huge Illuminate gets the pick off from Coddle. Shadow Demon and Dragon Knight both going down. Angels is low on the Jakiro, but no. Gank is going to back off, so First Blood actually goes mid. Dragon Knight dropped. We had the Tidehunter rotate from the top lane down, and there was probably I'm going to guess 4 or 5 stacks coming from this Batrider, because when you're a melee hero, you can't avoid getting stacked on. So that gives Batrider a huge advantage. He's got tons of farm. He's already got, I think he's getting Tranquil Boots, possibly also an Urn. He's just got so much farm. And now we've got both, and now, I mean, oh, Disruption goes down onto the Coddle. We see a Soul Catcher on him also, but the Ice Path will miss. He will be able to back off. And he should be completely fine, actually. He's going to go over to the Enchantress, who might pop a heal. No, he's actually just going to come over, and he might go completely back. Not really sure. He's going to give himself mana. Yeah, I think I don't know what he's doing. He should just go back to Juggernaut. Juggernaut should drop a healing ward. That's probably the best thing that he should do. He should stay in lane a little bit longer that way, but no, he's just going to back all the way off. Lose some experience that way and leave Juggernaut exposed. These guys could go in right now. They don't have the vision, though. They don't know that Coddle ran all the way back, so they're a little afraid. So Turn of Fate here doing a very good job in this early game. Massive plays early on in this engagement on the tri-lane, and Dirge has to win his tri-lane in order to be effective. He's a very scary hero if he can win the tri-lane, but right now he has not gotten any kills, and in fact, he got a kill, 2 kills, 1 kill against him on his tri-lane, so not working out for him. Juggernaut might get initiated on right now. If they can get an Ice Path down, they might be able to kill. No, it's too close to the tower. He's going to back off. The Enchantress might be in trouble, though. If they can get a disruption off on her, she's way out of position. No, they're not going to get anything off because they're too afraid of the Illuminates that aren't even there. And they don't really have the mana on any of these heroes. Early Headrest picked up on Jakiro. That will keep these guys with a lot of HP. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of mana. Batrider teleports to the bottom lane. Stuff's about to go down. He's got an ultimate as well as a haste rune. This could go terribly for this Dire team. If Shadow Demon or Jakiro get lassoed up, it's an immediate death. They're going to come around into the jungle. Here's the lasso against the Shadow Demon, but An ice path will keep him alive for a second. I don't think he's going to survive very long. There's the kill. Immediately goes to Keeper of the Light. Batrider still in position. Juggernaut ultimate is used, but doesn't get the right amount of bounces. I think Dirge will go down. Yes, he will barely fall. Enchantress will get the kill. Death Prophet comes in, though. And now Juggernaut and Enchantress are running away. They're low. Stacks are... but there's no damage anymore. 2 guys died, and now with Dirge gone and Shadow Demon gone, all of the damage that on this dire lane is gone. And Death Prophet uses her ultimate for nothing, is not able to get any kills on this. She will probably stay here and try to get a bit of a push going off, but she's got to be careful. Enchantress is wrapping around the back. There's an enchant dropped on here. Flame Break will knock her back. That's going to be big, but here comes Undying coming in. He doesn't have Tombstone. It's on cooldown. It looks like Death Prophet will fall to the Battle Fury. Yeah, she will go down. Juggernaut gets the last hit there, but Enchantress is low. No, she pops her heal. She's fine. There's a Flame Break just to do a little bit more damage to Undying as he backs off. 5-0. Massive plays coming from the Radiant. Now they're able to push. They've got the Enchantress creeps. They've got the Illuminate. No mana. Never mind. No Illuminate. Take it back. Goes and picks up the Sentry Ward there. Tidehunter gets a solo kill on Dragon Knight. Goes ahead and uses the Ravage for a solo kill. Sorry that I missed that. You don't expect it, really. Dragon Knight is normally too tanky. He's starting to get some last hits, but he's really not able to. He's got a Soul Ring, and so he hasn't been able to spam because Tidehunter's tanky and manages to get off. Wow, solo kill. That's insane. So 6-0 in the favor of Turn of Fate, playing extremely well. 5,000 experience lead and a 3,000 gold lead already for them. And the Dragon Knight's not getting farm. If he can start getting farm, I definitely think there's a way that Tofu can come back here. There's a disruption onto the Juggernaut, but he's just going to be able to back off. No, second disruption goes down on the Keeper of the Light. He's seriously in trouble. There's a freeze going down on him, and he's lost a lot of health, but he's going to make it out alive. And now Tidehunter's TPing in. No Ravage, keep in mind, but he's got a Gush, and he's got an Anchor Smash. Will immediately burst down the Jakiro. Undying, though, picks off the Enchantress in the background. But Shadow Demon's also dead, and now Dirge is running away. There's no mana for a Gush. He should be able to get away here. He has the boots. Should be able to make it off. There's the Decay. TP comes in, though. Here comes Orange. No, we'll get cancelled. Death Prophet decides not to TP in. We'll stay in the mid lane against this Batrider. Batrider not there. And Shadow Demon will teleport back in. So go ahead and taking a look. There's tons of farm lead on the Radiant right now. They've got excellent farm on the Batrider as well as the Enchantress. Now, granted, your Death Prophet is farming pretty well. She's got an Invis Rune also, but she doesn't. All she has up right now is Phase. No tank items as of yet. She's going to need to get some tank items so that she can just stand and DPS with her ultimate in the mid game. And your Dirge has a good bit of farm. Not doing too bad, but really the bad thing is your Dragon Knight. He's only doesn't even have 20 creep kills. Sitting at 10 minutes, he's got a bare boots. Once he gets maybe a phase or a drum, whatever suits his fancy, coming into the mid game, he will be able to do a little bit more. Tidehunter's going to come up against him, and he could get a solo kill again. We're going to see engagement down on the bottom lane. Death Prophet's rotated down. Juggernaut is going to go ahead and Battle Fury to get away, and Enchantress on the mid lane kills Jakiro along with Batrider. Excellent ganking right now. Tombstone's down, I think? No, Tombstone is not down. It's up. It will be able to be used 2 levels into Tombstone already. So those zombies going to be doing a lot of work. Death Prophet is in position with her ultimate. These guys can push, but not really. There's an Illuminate coming in. That's actually going to miss everything. Never mind. Aim your Illuminates, guys. It's pretty helpful. We will see, though, that Juggernaut is definitely getting a massive level advantage here. Let's go take a look, actually, at levels. He's level 8 against this Tri-Lane. It's level 6, 4, and 4. They're not able to keep up with him. He's already got a max healing ward, as well as 2 points into Battle Fury. Not doing the most damage, but definitely doing some. Dirge is getting some tank items up, so he's not taking too much damage from the Illuminate harass. I really think that Keeper of the Light should channel these Illuminates a little further than he is. He's losing some health, but he's got a Ring of Health. Looks like regen. He will be going, sorry, not Ring of Health. He will be going for a looks like he will be going into the Mechanism. Jakiro also building a mech a lot closer. Any other major items in this so far? We do not see a Blink Dagger up on Batrider so far. He's about 800 gold away, but it looks like he's going to finish. He's got his turn finished. So we see Juggernaut going aggressive against the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon blocks himself with his own illusions. He will fall immediately. Juggernaut with the a kill there. Juggernaut chasing the Shadow Demon, may be able to get close. No, he's going to have to back off. He's actually pretty low. He might go down to this. No, he will not die to the last tower shot. He's low. Zombie chasing. No, not able to quite get there. Jakiro comes forward. Might be able to get an Ice Path. Gets a 2-man Ice Path off. Is going to get the Enchantress really low, but he doesn't have any back off. He's going to have to back off. Here's a healing ward, healing up everybody. Death Prophet comes in. She's going to pop off her ultimate. No, she's going to take some massive damage from Enchantress's ultimate. Shadow Demon comes in. Gets a Soul Catcher down on the Juggernaut, but he's taking a lot of damage. Ice Path comes in, stalling everybody up, but Juggernaut's going to come in and get the kill on Shadow Demon. Death Prophet's low. She can't hang out. Doesn't have her ultimate up, and Dirge isn't in position. Where the hell is Dirge? Oh, he's back in the... I guess he had to walk all the way back. He's got a TP scroll. He'll be able to get back. No, he's going to go top lane because the push is going top lane. We see Batrider going ahead and picking off the creep wave with his Firefly, an excellent way to play that Batrider. And he's going to stay top lane. Once this tower falls, he will have enough gold for his... Oh, this gank's going to go the other way. Flaming Lasso is up, so even though the Surge is tanky, he's not tanky enough. Only level 6, and his ultimate is on cooldown, so he will not be able to do enough damage here or stay alive long enough to face off against these guys. He's taking a lot. He will save the tower for a little bit, though. Don't know how long. Dragon Knight comes in. He's got his ultimate, but it's on cooldown. Died already once. There goes a Gush against the Dirge. He's going to come. He's going to pop his ultimate. He might be able to stay alive here. This might be a double kill going in the favor of the Dire. Yeah, they'll get 2 kills here. Dragon Knight and Dirge both pick off. Diving very far for a Dirge with support. Not going to work out. Dirge, even though he's under-leveled, he's extremely strong as a hero. Batrider buys back. I don't like this choice. This was a bad choice on his part. He's now lost a ton of gold, and he will not get his ultimate very soon. He will go mid lane and might be able to pick off this Death Prophet, but she has a couple levels into Silence. Yeah, and Witchcraft, so her Silence will do a lot of work in keeping down this Batrider. Looks like Dragon's going to go back to farming. 22 creep kills on him, and he's finished off has managed to finish off a Tread, so he will have a little bit more damage to work with. Coming in now, he probably looks to get an Armlet next, is my prediction. Looks like the push will go bottom lane. We have the Juggernaut has not popped his healing ward. There it goes. This will allow them to push so effectively. Such a great early game pushing skill. Dirge will TP bottom, and it looks like he will try to do his best to prevent this push going. Looks like Dragon Knight's TPing too, but I don't think they can save the tower. Tower will fall, will not get denied. Keeper of the Light will get the kill, but now they're going to go the other way. Zombies are going, getting the slowdown on the Keeper of the Light. Dragon Knight's coming in. Doesn't have the mana for a stun, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go ahead and pop off the Keeper of the Light. Kill goes that way. Dirge continuing to chase against the Juggernaut. He'll have to back off now. That chase is over. Tower did fall, but it looks like the push might go on this bottom lane now. They've got Death Prophet here. She'll be teleporting down with her ultimate. Dirge won't have his ultimate up, but he has a ton of decay stacks. Look how tanky he is right now. Only level 9, and he's already got 1,300 health. That's just decay for you, man. Such a strong skill at this stage of the game. Especially if you hit a couple people with it. He's going to go ahead and come in. Jakiro has some pushing ability, but now Keeper of the Light's going to be in position. You've got a Tornado, too. I don't know the extent to which these guys can push. Maybe if they get a good initiation off. Jakiro does not have his Macropire. He's a little bit short. He should just stay up by that creep wave and get as much experience. No, he's got to back off. Whole Radiant team except for Tidehunter's here. Tide, what the fuck are you doing, Tide? I guess Tide didn't have any ward, so he's going to act like a ward himself. Waiting for the... whatever. You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. Hey, guys, check me out. I'm going to chill up here. It's cool, guys. Alright. In the meantime, Death Prophet's going to push on this bottom lane, and all of the Radiant TPs are down, so she might, if she drops her ultimate and spams, I think she should. She can go ahead and start pushing. No, they're going to... Radiant is going to rotate up towards the top lane to slow her down, because she can solo push this tower if she's able to get some ultimate off. But no, Tidehunter instead is going to pick up an Invis Rune. They're going to come mid. There's a bunch of dire heroes. Krob's going to TP back, I'm betting. Yeah, no, she thinks the gank's coming for her. It's not. Let's go ahead and I just want to point out something here. Let's go ahead and point out the vision from both teams. Radiant vision, as you can see, they've got a lot of mat vision. First of all, because they've taken these tier 1 towers, and also because they've got some wards here and some pretty aggressive wards. Dire team, though, the Dire wards, not nearly as much vision. The mat control is definitely in the favor of the Radiant right now, and that is going to lead That's going to allow them to gain more level advantage and more tower advantage. Tide comes, huge blink in, Ravage on everyone, immediately drops the Undying. But Lasso goes down on the Dragon Knight. He will also get packed off. There's 2 dead already. Illuminate comes through, double kill, and now Death Prophet's forced to back off. She's got her ultimate up, but not able to do enough damage. Healing Ward should be up in a second. Oh no, Juggernaut's not there. He won't be able to drop the Healing Ward, but the Keeper of the Light almost has a mechanism, and he's got that headdress, so he will be able to drop some regen. I don't know if this push will be able to finish. Illuminate will be able to clear out the creep wave, but yeah, Death Prophet has to back off. She's not able to counter push enough, doesn't have the mana, and doesn't have the damage to keep these guys from coming in. Tidehunter just doing so much work. That was a massive Ravage. Caught everybody out, and then followed up with a Lasso. Excellent, excellent team fight coordination here coming from Turn of Fate, and this is, I don't know if they're going to be able to get the tier 2 tower, but also keep in mind the Juggernaut's pushing bottom at the same time. Here comes Dirge to slow down the push, but Dirge is huge level deficit. Actually, he's only 1 level behind. Never mind. Take it back. Middle tower siege is continuing. We will see a continued push here. Illuminate clearing out creep waves, as well as some anchor smash. And Enchantress doesn't have any creeps. Maybe she can go into the jungle, get a creep. Not sure. It might be helpful. Going back here, sorry, there's an engagement going on. Disruption and Soulcatcher goes down, but Tidehunter blinks out before the damage actually goes down. Enchantress is low. She might fall to this tower hit. No, the heal just a little bit too OP. Dirge comes in, starts to go to work, but isn't able to do enough. He gets gushed. Here comes Jakiro. Doesn't have the mana for anything. Dragon Knight will kill Keeper of the Light and Tidehunter. Double kill on his part. Enchantress looks like he will get away. Batrider might be in some trouble, though. No, Blink Dagger is able to get away. I don't think they'll be able to chase. He will get away here. Chase should end. These guys should just stop chasing, go back to farming. They're not going to be able to get a kill off. No, Jakiro's going to come around the bottom. He might be able to get a massive Ice Path off here. Will he get into position? No. Blink Dagger comes off of cooldown, and so the Dire team will just go back to farming. Double kill there on Dragon Knight is massively important. He's going to get a lot closer to a Hood, which is exactly the right item. There's a ton of magical damage. Enchantress, though, picks up the Jakiro. Buddy, you're not in the right spot. Tried to come around this way after failing to get in position for an Ice Path, and that just brought him too close to the Enchantress of the Batrider. I think he should have come around back, just doubled back, gone the other way. Unfortunate on his part. That's not what you want to happen. So now we see a massive experience lead, already 12,000 XP lead. It dropped majorly after that team fight. One thing you got to keep in mind, when you're ahead, you can't lose people. People can't die, and especially the enemy carry can't get double kills, because as you're further and further ahead, kills give more and more gold, so that when you're behind, every victory you get is worth more. Batrider has an illusion, and he's going to send his illusions into the jungle for some vision and some extended map control. Death Prophet going to go ahead and pull. Pulling at this stage of the game will allow her to get some easy jungling, as well as a little bit of farm in a safer position than she would have ordinarily. And we're going to continue to see, though, some massive map control coming out of the Radiant team. They're definitely in control of this game right now. They've got the levels on important heroes like Tide, Juggernaut, and Batrider. Batrider doing massively well. I'm going to take a look at some not hero level, kill death assists, so that you can see just exactly how well these heroes are doing. Keeper of the Light, 6 and 2. Illuminate, such an effective nuke. It's really definitely worth maxing. He did max Trucker first as a support build, but he's still able to do a ton of damage, and already has a point into Mana Leak, so that's definitely going to contribute to team fights. If you guys don't, you guys really cannot underestimate the effect of Mana Leak. It's just such a strong ability in terms of keeping down enemy heroes who rely on mana, like Dirge, Shadow Demon, Jakiro. There's a Lasso going down on the Dragon Knight, gets pulled up onto the high ground. Oh, huge plays coming in from the Batrider here. Tide is going to get disrupted, but he's still going to get the Ravage off anyway. Going to hit 3. 2 kills already going the way of the Batrider, and Dragon Knight's not able to do anything. He gets caught up on the high ground. Batrider gets a triple kill there. He's now 4 and 1, and that's going to be a tier 2 tower, definitely. Tornado's going to pick off the creep wave here from the Enchantress. Illuminate going to do a lot of damage also to this tower. And in the meantime, your Juggernaut's taking your tier 2 tower bottom. He's got 1,500 gold into Battle Fury already. I would be surprised if he went for an Aghanim Scepter. It would just be so useful. Picking up, too many too many zombies taking away your hits. Maybe not the best idea. I would like it. It'd make me happy. He's going to continue farming, though. His farm rate is insane right now. Let's go take a look at these last hits. He's at the top of the game, followed closely by the Batrider and the Tidehunter. Only person even close is the Death Prophet. She does have a fair amount of farm, but not nearly enough to keep up with these guys. Go ahead, you're going to see Dirge is going to come in. Tidehunter's low. Looks like these guys want to chase, but all the big ultimates are down. No, Bat blinks in. He's got a lasso up. He's going to do the same thing. Brings Death Prophet up to the high ground, but it's not the same as when it was Dragon Knight. She can just pop her ultimate here and do a ton of damage. Death Prophet already gets 1 kill against the Tidehunter. Enchantress is slowed down. She's probably going to drop here. Can she get stunned up by the Dragon Knight? Yeah, she's going to get caught in the Macro Pyre, too. That's a ton of damage. Radiant's running away, and that Courier, Courier's going to make it out. Courier will be fine, but I think Keeper of the Light will be fine also. Yeah, there's a Blinding Light, but Batrider, though, gets the kill on double kill. Picks off the Death Prophet as well as the Shadow Demon in the background. Here comes Dirge, and Batrider's just going to knock him back. There's nothing to cancel this TP. He will get out just fine. Keeper of the Light may not be so lucky unless he gets... Oh, Jukes and the creeps get in the way, blocking the Dragon Knight. There's some elite Jukes coming on here. No freaking... Oh, okay, I would have just totally lost my mind. Maybe if he could have channeled that Illuminate a little bit longer. Jakiro's running away. He's the one on the defensive now. Oh, no. Looks like this... No, Keeper of the Light has... Keeper of the Light, elite Jukes, makes it off. Dragon Knight doesn't have the mana. We'll have to back off because Juggernaut is now going high ground, doing a ton of damage against this Dirge. Dirge drops a decay, though. There's an ultimate from the Juggernaut. He's going to pick off. Here's the Dragon, though. Big Dragon. Not that scary yet, though. He's only got a helm with a Dominator. Doesn't have the mana to use it. If he can stack some Ancients and maybe survive a little bit longer, he may be able to come back into this game. He needs a BKB, but even then, he can't stop that. Oh, Juggernaut's going to get picked off, slowed down. Nope. There's a Purge, and then here comes the Death Prophet and the Dragon Knight into position. We may see it. Can he get into the range for the Dragon Tail stun? No, he's not going to be able to, and here comes the Batrider. This fight could turn the other way. Here's the Keeper of the Light. Lasso goes down on the Dragon Knight. He's going to get picked up onto the high ground again. Third time this game. Holy crap, WoDota Batrider right here. And Dragon Knight will fall, I'm pretty sure. Just one last hit. He doesn't have a TP. He's going to get brought down by an Anchor Smash, actually. This Batrider. Holy shit. That's 3 times this game. I definitely feel like this should go to WoDota. That's awesome. Okay. Death Prophet comes in. Tide blinks forward, though. Takes a little bit of damage. Death Prophet ultimate is going to wear out. That team fight, none of these team fights are going the way, and the ganks are not working out either. The early game ganking is just too effective coming out of the ToF. The Turn of Fate side just so strong. So every single one of them playing brilliantly. And I do have to hand it to Death Prophet as well as this Dirge player for doing as much as they can in this bad situation. And Dragon Knight's been trying really hard. I feel bad for him. He had the worst laning position, and I really think, I'm going to say this again, you know the Batrider's going into the mid lane. I really think that these guys should have put the Dragon Knight top and the Death Prophet mid. Death Prophet has the silence and has Exorcism Spirits which deal damage through the lasso, so I mean even while she's stunned by lasso, so it would have really given them, I think, a better lane. It's terrible, Illuminate. Doesn't hit anybody. It would have given them a lot better of a laning stage. I think if they would have done that, they might be more in this game than they are right now. As it stands, though, they're going to have to do something big to get back into this game. Smoking into the Roche Pit is a possibility. They can bring it down pretty quickly with Death Prophet's ultimate. Or I think if they can get a smoke gank off, they can actually get a big advantage. Batrider blinks in and will knock some people back, but he will not be able to get a lasso off. He does have a BKB, though, so he will be incredibly difficult to bring down. Any other big important items? We do see an Ag Stick on the Enchantress, a Relic up on the Juggernaut. If he can control and go Divine, I think it'd be a little bit more likely for him to go for a Radiance. And we see a Perseverance up on the Batrider. No, here's a Blink in, BKB. Dragon Knight gets brought down to the low ground. Disruption goes down, though, canceling. Dragon Knight might be able to get away. Ravage goes in, catching everybody. 2 dead already. Death Prophet might fall. Tidehunter might actually go down also. He got caught into the Macro Pyre, but he will actually be able to get out just fine. Macro Pyre is down, doing a lot of damage, but not quite enough. Looks like Jakiro will fall. Here comes Dirge. Might be able to do some work, but no, he's alone. 5-on-1. Death Prophet's there. She's just hanging around, not able to do enough damage. Tidehunter will back off, barely surviving. He'll get earned up. He'll be fine. In this meantime, Juggernaut has killed your bottom tier 3 tower, and it's going to work on your racks. Death Prophet backs up, goes ahead and heals up, and Shadow Demon's back now. He's only got a level 1 ultimate. This level discrepancy is massive. Take a look at this. Your highest level hero, Dragonite, is the same level as your enemy support. That's how far gone this game is. I really think that the game is just about over at this point. I don't think the farm potential is high enough, and there's too much map control gained by the Radiant side for the Dragonite to even get into this game. He's got lifesteal, but he's nowhere near BKB. He's nowhere near crits, and he's nowhere near an attack speed item that he desperately needs to be able to stand and deliver in these team fights. Like I said, he's one of the hardest carries in Dota altogether. Oh, Batrider comes in. He's going to go... No, excellent defensive disruption there. Soul Catcher goes down, but I don't... Yeah, it did get the Batrider, but Batrider's got BKB. He's going to survive. Dragonite goes down. Too much damage. I hear... There's another flame. Oh, is he going to make it up onto the high ground? Yes, Dirge is caught up on the high ground again. That's the 4th time this game. He will fall to Batrider. And I don't think anyone on the Radiant side is going to go down. Enchantress will make it away. Maybe. He might fall to zombies here, actually. Nope. She will survive the zombies, and she will be able to back off. Goes ahead and earns up. She will survive here. Ice Path will miss, but these guys have to back off. Batrider blinks back in. Unfortunately, doesn't get the bounce he wanted to on that flame break. So these 3 will make it back alive. 32-8. Turn of Fate just showing massive skills here. He bought a Divine. I have nothing else to say. He fought a freaking Divine. Alright, he's just going to go to town on these Ancients. Continue to farm. I think he needs an attack speed on him, but other than that... He fought a Divine. Why? Why? No, whatever. GG called. Alright, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. GG was fun. GG well played. Alright, that's it. I mean, it's pretty much it. He's not... Keep in mind that these team fights ToF have been without your Divine Juggernaut, okay? He hasn't even been there. He didn't do... He's just been, like, AFK on the bottom lane. He's going to go ahead and jump in and ult here. We'll go ahead and get a double kill and back off. He'll get triple. Doesn't even matter. Enchantress will fall there. Doesn't matter. So, yeah, I really think it comes down to the early game and the laning ability that the Radiant showed. They were just able to do so much work. Look at that Divine going to work there. I mean, it was really came down to the Radiant tri-lane doing so much work. This Juggernaut and Keeper of the Light were very capable of bringing down that Dirge and the aggressive tri-laner. Normally Dirge does very well, so definitely keep that in mind, guys, when you're playing against the Dirge tri-lane. Coddle Juggernaut, man. Just too OP. And also, this Batrider played insane out of his mind. I'm definitely thinking about submitting this replay to, like, WoDota or something. It's definitely working out, so... Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been another game from Alienware Arena. Glad I can bring it to you guys. You should go ahead and check out Alienware Arena's website. They've got a bunch of cool stuff up there, so... And all of the standings, all the info on the tournament, so you guys can go ahead and catch that. You should also go ahead and check out, if you like this gash, you should also check out my Twitch, my stream, subscribe, like Facebook, all that fun stuff, so you guys can stay up to date on what we're doing here in the North American Clan War scene. So, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Kingdom, bringing you cast, signing out. GG, guys.